41 years on, the head of one of Dublin's beauty colleges looks back on her career. Good evening. This evening our focus is on people who are involved in the business of grooming, beauty and fitness. Now, since the 1970s, the professional beauty business has gone from zero to being a thriving multi-million euro industry. Getting international accreditation with qualifications that were recognised worldwide was vital to the future of Irish students, putting them at the cutting edge of the business. Kay Galligan of Galligan's Beauty Group was one of those early pioneers, and her college on Grafton Street in Dublin is now celebrating 41 years. Our reporter Mary Fanning went along to meet Kay and her family.
Okay, that's perfect.
It's a special day for the class of 2017 at Galligan's Beauty College in Grafton Street. Founder Kay Galligan, now in her elegant 80s, is paying a visit here to see how her legacy of 41 years has unfolded.
It's coming on nicely. What more are you hoping to do now?
So not really much more, like, you know, I wanted to keep it quite natural, like a kind of daytime kind of look, and just like a strong kind of lip, and then just like kind of lightly outline the eyes.
Yeah, it's doing very well. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
The blusher just needs just a little more highlighting, I think, rather than just in the centre.
She was one of the pioneers of beauty therapy education in Ireland and continually developed and educated herself. In the 1970s, she went to Paris to learn new methods, and she pioneered, along with others, the Irish Society of Advanced Cosmetology in order to get under the CIDESCO umbrella, the internationally recognised group that awards top qualifications in beauty therapy.
CIDESCO was the highest standard in beauty therapy, the teaching-wise and for exams, and it was based in Zurich. And no school in the country could just join CIDESCO. They had to come through their organisation in their own country, because they had to be passed for their standard within the country for starters. So that's why we needed that organisation.
In 1976, Kay opened the Galligan Beauty College. Her young daughters Lorraine and Karina came on board, and the group thrived and grew. Through a history of 41 years, the college has produced 5,000 graduates working all over the world. But becoming part of CIDESCO was vital in those early years.
So we can see that it is an extremely high standard. So when an employer sees CIDESCO, they kind of know that they've done their facial, their body, possibly their electrolysis. They've done a very good standard of basic training. So it means then that they kind of get the interview. It's up to them then to get the job. Now, in saying that, there's ITEC and the CIBTAC and the City and Guilds that are, not everybody has access to the CIDESCO. There's other international organisations that are very high standards also. So we sort of combine. Our day students would do their ITEC exam, the CIBTAC exam, and then they finish with the CIDESCO. So they're kind of the best that they can be, and they're at the top of their game qualification-wise.
Watching the class of 2017, you can see the enthusiasm and energy they have for the business. So what does it take to make it in this industry?
You have to be able to work hard. It's not a cushy job. You know, you're working flat out. I think as well to sort of be interested, you know, to be kind of like, that's what's wonderful about our industry. It's changing all the time. So you can be sort of reading an article and you're there working out, how would that work and what's happening there? And so it's that kind of inquisitiveness, I think, that you have to, that wants you to update and keep up to date and abreast of everything that's going on. And just that caring bit, we have to want to be with people, and that's the key, I think, really.
Getting international recognition and a standard that made Galligan graduates employable worldwide was always Kay's ambition. She represented Ireland at the World Conference of CIDESCO in Sydney. But back in the 70s, a woman in business couldn't even get a bank loan without their husband's signature, and interest rates were exorbitant.
I was being charged 25% interest on the loan to buy a premises, and it was just, when you think about it now, it was exorbitant. And I got friendly with one junior manager in a bank, and she got it reduced for me from 25 to 19%, and I thought I was made up.
And Kay saw an opening in the early days for facial hair removal. She did yet another course and started offering this service. Such was the newness of this treatment, she made newspaper headlines.
Back in those days, people couldn't afford very many beauty treatments, so they came for a facial or for their nails or things done as a special treat. But I concentrate on the electricity, on electrolysis, because it paid my rent. Because people had to come back for their treatment within a week or 10 days or whatever for another. So you could book them in for their next appointment before they left.
Looking at the photographs down through the years, you can see the journey Kay made. And what's amazing is that she started out in Cavan as a farmer's wife.
1954 to 64, I was the farmer. My husband was out doing a bit of building. I was the farmer, milking 8 cows morning and evening, producing babies, feeding pigs, and everything that's entailed in that. That's what I did. And it was just sheer unadulterated hardship. So the beauty business was very easy by comparison.
Kay Galligan is another member of the family, and in order to get it 100% right, she vets every prospective student who wants to join the college.
Well, we as a college, and always have, wanted to meet everybody coming in. The main reason is that the beauty industry, people think it can be different to what it is. So people think, you talk about beauty, it can be just doing nails to one person, it can be just doing makeup to somebody else. But to do CIDESCO, it's a lot more than that. There's a full anatomy and physiology section in this, and it is working to the equivalent of a nursing degree. So you have to be knowledgeable on the body. So the vetting and the meeting of people is really just to see that they do understand where they're going in the future.
The beauty business is continually evolving. Advanced classes in makeup to include theatre and film work are fascinating for the students.
This is a silicone prosthetic piece that I made, custom made for my model Brian's face, and I call it Nightmare. The process of making a prosthetic piece took me at least 2 days. From the start, you do a face cast of your model, and then you use clay to sculpt up and design your look. And then it's moulded and made with silicone and applied then to the model with using Pros-Aid and all sorts of makeup.
Kay Galligan is adamant that you must be a people person to succeed in the beauty business, and their students are ambitious.
Well, I'd love to own my own business, like my own salon, and have loads of different kind of aspects to it. So I'd maybe want to do massage, facials, nails, all of that kind of thing in the one kind of salon.
Very often beauty students change direction. Shauna Hyland was training to be a nurse.
I was finding it too hard and the hours were very long with the shift work, so I just decided to go into the beauty area and have a complete change of career options. I think it's just a fun environment, and I think you're working like one-to-one with people a lot, and it's so broad. You can do so many different things. So you can go into makeup, you can do massage, you could do aromatherapy, you could do reflexology. You could really go in and do whatever you wanted.
Galligan's Beauty College and Salon is very much a family affair. Brother Brian comes from Cork to teach in the hairdressing school 2 days a week.
If you do that, it'll increase the blood circulation. Your hair will be twice as thick in a year's time.
Kay Galligan has left a wonderful legacy over 41 years. Her family is immensely proud of her and continue the journey she started in the 1970s. She has been, along with others, an influential and solid pioneer for business and education sector, which continues to grow. However, what is her one solid piece of advice for the students of today?
The main one is that you don't work without your insurance. Always. It's so important.
Sound advice from the queen of the beauty business. Back in the 70s, Lady Ivy presented the first students with their graduation diplomas. But now the Galligan Beauty Group have their own celebrity, and that is Kay.
Of course, you probably made the blouses.